Hi guys, today we are reading Berenstain Bears Get in a Fight, and I want you to work on the sequencing of events of the story. So while I'm reading, I want you to think about what happened first and then what's going to happen next and what happens at the end. So at the end of the book, you're really going to practice telling mom or dad or someone at home the order of the way things happened in the story. Most mornings in bear country, the sun rose to greet the day, and the mockingbird sang its copycat songs outside an upstairs window of the bear's treehouse. And inside the treehouse, Brother Bear and Sister Bear would wake up. See, they're sleeping in their bunk beds. They're about to wake up. Brother and sister usually got along really well. They took turns nicely with the bathroom. They said please and thank you at breakfast. They often sat together on the school bus, and after school they worked together happily on their special project, their own backyard treehouse. But one gray morning, brother and sister didn't get along well at all. Maybe it was the weather, or maybe it was because the mockingbird slept late. But whatever it was, Brother and Sister Bear got into a big fight. Sister Bear opened her eyes and stretched. Can you show me how you stretch when you wake up? Then she sat up and let her legs dangle over the edge of her bed. Right in Brother Bear's face. He doesn't look too happy. She didn't do it to be rude. It was just one of those things that happens with bunk beds. But that morning, Brother was not in a very good mood. "Sister," he shouted, "get your dopey feet out of my face." It's not really a nice thing to say, but I guess he was in a bad mood. Uh-oh. They're not getting along. "My feet aren't dopey and they're not in your face," she shouted back. "Get your dopey face out of my face," snarled Brother. "You shut up," snapped Sister, and before Brother could answer, she skipped into the bathroom ahead of him. Uh-oh, she's rushing in front of him. She's not really saying some nice words. Not good. She took a very long time, purposely, brushing her teeth, washing up, and brushing her fur. "You'd better come out of that bathroom," shouted Brother, banging on the door. Show me how you bang on a door. Oh, he's not happy with her. "Brother Bear," said Papa, coming out of his bedroom, "you know better than to shout at your sister." "But she's taking too long in the bathroom," complained Brother, "and she's doing it on purpose." When Brother raised his fist to bang on the door again, it opened, and out came Sister, all spruced up. "Good morning, Papa," she said, "as nice as you please." "Grrr," said Brother. Brother and Sister didn't say please and thank you that morning at breakfast because they weren't speaking to each other. And they didn't sit together on the school bus. Sister sat in the front, and Brother sat in the back. That afternoon, they made a little line down the middle of their backyard treehouse to show which half was whose. It wasn't much fun sitting up there in their treehouse not speaking. It's better when you're getting along. Look, they're back to back. They can only use half of it because they have a line right down the middle. Doesn't look like much fun to not be getting along, especially when it began to rain hard. Later, they kept on being mean by taking the things back that they usually shared. Sister took back her modeling clay, which Brother had made into dinosaurs, and rolled it into one big lump. That wasn't nice. Brother took back his trucks and planes and put them on the top shelf where Sister couldn't reach them. They got so angry that they forgot they weren't speaking and began shouting at each other, even louder than before. Then Papa lost his temper and began shouting at them to stop shouting. Sounds like a lot of fighting going on in the Berenstain Bear house. The neighbors didn't know which was worse, the big storm or the racket coming from the bear's house. Mama had quite enough. She put 2 fingers to her mouth and whistled very loudly. Papa and the cubs were so surprised, they stopped shouting. "I didn't know you could whistle like that, Mama," said Sister. "Well, I can. And I can also tell you," said Mama sternly, "that I've had quite enough of this foolish fighting. Why, I doubt you two even remember what you're fighting about." The cubs tried to remember, but they couldn't. Mama took the cubs into her lap. Everybody gets into an argument once in a while, even folks who love each other very much. You and I don't have arguments, said Papa. Oh, yes, we do, said Mama. No, we don't, argued Papa. We're having one right now, said Mama, about whether or not we have arguments. While Papa thought that one over, Mama went on to say that occasional arguments are part of living together. We get angry, even call each other names and say things we really don't mean. And after a while, it's over. Like the storm? Asked Sister. The rain had almost stopped, and the sun was beginning to shine through the clouds. Yes, said Mama, like the storm. Look, said Papa. The sun shining on the last of the rain had made a rainbow. A beautiful rainbow is something very nice that happens after a storm, said Mama, looking at the cubs. You mean like making up after a big fight? Sort of, said Mama. So Brother and Sister Bear hugged and made up and got along just beautifully until the next time anyway. So they really weren't getting along in this book, and they always love to play together and they get along really nice, but they did have a big fight. They were doing some not nice things. I bet you sometimes that happens in your house with a sister or a brother or maybe someone else. And so I hope that you liked this book and maybe you learned a little bit about getting into an argument and making up with somebody that you love and being able to say sorry. And also, I want you to think about the different steps of this story. What happened at the beginning, what happened next, and what happened at the end. And tell somebody at home. Thanks for listening.